Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to LEGO Lord of the Rings. This is episode 4, Riders of Rohan Defend Helms Deep. So this is actually my favorite part of Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, which is the Helms Deep thing, which will be the Helms Deep thing. We have a couple things that we have to do story-wise before we even get to that point. But we're going to be exploring Helms Deep, doing some side quests, doing all kinds of stuff, so it's going to be fun. No Frodo today. So we did Frodo, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Frodo section is done until Return of the King. I think that's how it works, but I don't remember. I thought once Boromir's brother gets Frodo and Sam, they don't escape until the third movie, but I don't remember. Anyway, if you guys haven't already, smash that like button. Also, as always, guys, if you want to unlock the music, there is a super chat goal, because otherwise we won't receive any revenue for this video. So, but don't feel like you have to. If you want to, feel free. It's the lowest tier, so which would be like $10, I think, something like that. All right, so let's get to it. We're going to be playing as the former party of the Fellowship, which there is no Fellowship anymore because the Fellowship is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all broken up. Also, announcement: this Saturday in the evening, we will be playing a game that we've never done on this channel because there's a lot of stuff that's happening with Kappa right now. So Ghost of Tsushima will be starting up on this channel as a nightly series starting around 8 or 9 o'clock from now on, because we have to show that this channel, because YouTube is an idiot, and they're targeting us because we're Christian and because we don't swear and stuff. So we're going to have to put content on the channel that, you know, we talked about it, and we don't have a choice. So Ghost of Tsushima will be on this channel as a series until Ghost of whatever comes out. We'll be doing a full playthrough of it, and it's a beautiful game. It doesn't really have any swearing. It does have blood, but it's one of my favorite games of all time. So
Yeah, so unfortunately, like, we started this channel 15 years ago to try to be safe for everyone. Unfortunately, we won't be able to be safe for everyone anymore. We will have to do M-rated games, or YouTube will end up taking our entire channel down. And it's their stupid rule, not ours. So it's literally not our fault. We would have liked to continue to do it E through teen, but they're idiots.
they're even claiming our teen games as Kappa now. So we've had Spider-Man 2018 videos hit. We've had Kingdom Hearts. We've had Arkham videos labeled
I
for kids.
I don't think we can do. I would not like to do Ace Attorney on Sunday personally because I need to get as many views on the channel as possible. Because we'll be taking off like 2 or 3 days, like for Thanksgiving, basically, and that is going to like almost bankrupt us for missing 2 or 3 days. So I do not. Maybe we could literally do a pre-recorded video of Ace Attorney and have it go up on when we're gone on Thursday. But I don't think we should do it on Sunday. I would request not to because it destroys our views when we do Ace Attorney, but I don't know. Maybe people would watch it later. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah,
We have to just. We don't know. We don't have any. We don't know what we're doing every day, because if YouTube was the same every day, if YouTube was stable, then we could tell you guys what we're doing. YouTube is unstable. Every day they threaten us and say that our channel's going to be gone tomorrow.
Yep.
All the time.
And
so we cannot tell you guys what day we're doing anything, because we have to get up and try to figure out how we're going to save our channel every single day.
and this is a problem too. I was trying to tell you guys. Whenever they hit a game that we cover as like made for kids, that goes into their algorithm for every channel on YouTube. So because YouTube's attacking us, literally we could be the downfall of thousands of channels that cover Lego games, Spider-Man, Arkham, Street Fighter, every game you can think of they're hitting. And there's nothing we can do because our partner manager just happens to be on vacation. As well as, like, they gave us, like, some very vague thing about And they don't know the COPPA law either. Like, I was too tired to talk to the FTC, but on the FTC's website, it shows that basically anything that's a preschool brand, meaning Dora the Explorer, Sesame Street, all that stuff is made for kids, or is known as targeting kids. Any preschool content. Lego is not preschool content because preschoolers are too dumb to play it. Kingdom Hearts is not for preschoolers. Arkham sure as heck fire is not for preschoolers. Spider-Man isn't. So, you know, you can see the amount of stress that we're under. We have no choice but to change some of the content on the channel, or we'll literally lose everything. Like, it'll all be gone overnight. The channel will be erased by YouTube. Because what they're trying to do is who's ever doing this is somebody who's very angry about the election, and they're taking it out on us because all this stuff happened like immediately after the election. It actually started the night of the election, like afterwards, like around November 5th, and then it's just been continuously every day, like 4 or 5 videos getting hit. And once we hit a certain number, due to their terms of service, they're going to label the entire channel made for kids. We'll lose memberships, we'll lose super chats, we'll lose playlists,
but that's really
we'll lose
interesting
comments.
because the administration that got elected, they never have given us all of our unfair tax money back.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has. Neither administration has. So
Nope.
we don't have allegiance to any administration. And Luke couldn't even vote anyway because his leg is messed up, so he couldn't even leave.
All we know is that this is a YouTube employee that is in California, because the claims happen from like 11 in the morning until around 12 at night, which would be 11 in the morning California time for us, would be like around 8 in the morning for them, and then 9:30, 9:45 at night. There's no claims like early in the morning. So this is somebody at California that's deliberately doing this, as well as every appeal that we put out, especially for T-rated game. Instead of giving us a fair evaluation of 72 hours, which COPPA demands, whenever like YouTube flags a video, they're supposed to give it a 72-hour review. They reject us in 2 minutes of writing the appeal. So it's been, I'm losing my health over this. I'm freaking out. I've reached out to a couple big drama channels who are waiting to see what type of escalation happens from this. So they're not even going to make videos on this yet. But, you know, it's just, it's terrifying, personally. So that's why I'm kind of messed up at the moment. I'm just very distraught, very angry. Aragon's horse died. Oops. How do I get out of there? I need to get out. How do you get out of the horse? Is there a dismount button? There it is, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, like literally, YouTube doesn't understand how the made for kids thing works, because the engine is so bad that once a game is added in there, that basically blanket bans every channel that covers that game. So Spider-Man 2018 is now in danger. Arkham, all the Arkham Batman games are in danger. Every Lego game is in danger. Nintendo games haven't been hit yet, but that could be any day. Right now it's only Arkham, Spider-Man, Kingdom Hearts videos, and like Lego Marvel, Lego Batman. Those are the only ones being hit right now. But I mean, that could change. And we're not in violation, by the way. I've already said that. Like, so they're wrongfully targeting us because of the election. And I'm pretty sure I have receipts of them like doing it, because it never happened prior to it. It's awfully convenient that it happened after the November 5th election.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be a coincidence. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But it's in their mind. It's in their mind, because we're not a political channel, so...
I didn't even vote.
Right, but I'm saying it's in their mind that somehow we're responsible for the election, which is baffling to me, that people always think that we have such power over people, which we already explained last night. I don't want this to be the focus of today's video, but I already explained last night that 90% of the time when I have an opinion about something, 90% of people write in the comments how they disagree with me, but they still watch. So these people that think that somehow our audience is believing everything that we believe or trying to agree with everything we think. We don't even talk about politics anyway, but it's just hilarious that these people think like somehow we're influencing people when our audience have their own opinions. Like we can't have any influence over our audience. I mean, the only influence we have is in the gaming department, showing off the game. Like, we can influence our audience as in an influencer, as in we influence our audience to show them what the game looks like so they can decide on their own if they want to buy it. That's the kind of influence we are.
Oops, where are the heads at? Where are all these heads at? Maybe I should find where all these heads are before I break them.
Yeah, some crazy person thinks that we were responsible for the election or something.
Seems like it. Yep.
Even though Luke can't even vote anyway because of his legs, so...
Yep. I don't have a valid license right now either, so you have to have a valid license to vote, which is good.
Last few times he voted, he wrote in the candidates that if Luke actually voted this year, he probably would have written in a candidate that's not even on the thing. He always does that, because he doesn't like either of the candidates, usually.
Yep. It's my way of protesting, yeah. Yep. So how in the world are you supposed to do this with your horse? Is that what they expect? I mean, the horse is fast, but can the horse climb up on stuff? I guess that's what they want you to do. They want you to use your horse. Okay, so then where are the heads? Oh, there's another head. Okay, where's the last of the heads? Oh! Whoa! Did I get it? Are you kidding me? It's messed up. Alright, It's weird.
You're Gandalf the White now. You're the White Wizard.
I am Gandalf the White, and I can't climb up with stuff. Aha! That time I did it.
Garrett says, I did vote, but the opinion shared on this channel about anything did not have anything to do with who I decided to vote for.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yep. That's because everybody's their own individual, and, you know, we don't talk about
I
that
bet
kind of
if
stuff.
we took a secret poll of what everyone voted for who's in the chat right now, I bet everyone would have voted for a different person.
Of course.
Like, these people are absolutely nuts that they think that we influence something.
That's because on this channel, like, we can all have differences of opinion, but still act like normal human beings. Like, that's why our community is the best on the internet. Maybe YouTube doesn't like our community, because the thing that I hate about Kappa is the fact, it's like, it's one thing to label your videos and lose monetization for that, but it's the blanket banning, as well as the removal of your ability to earn a living permanently. No memberships, taking away your playlists, taking away your super chats, taking away your links to where your merchandise is. It's essentially killing, like, a person, because that person will lose everything. It's not just that, oh, you know, you're making kids content. It's like, no, we're not. It's like, that's the most evil thing ever. And even if you go to the FTC's website, it doesn't even say you need to go to that regard of that. Like, so YouTube is insane.
Well, I hope you guys are having a good day today. Good to see you guys in the chat. Thanks for pushing the short, Mage Wolf. Hi, Tim Reed. Hi, Seon Lee. Hi, Juan. Hi, Guillermo. Hi, OH. Hi, Julian. Hi, Mage Wolf. Hello, J69. Hi, Alpha. Hi, Isaiah. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Light Blue Yoshi. So, yeah, starting tomorrow. I would have done it today. But starting tomorrow, you know, and next week is going to be a nightmare because
It doesn't look like there's any way to teleport out of here. I was trying to find a thing with, revolving, what do you call it? You know how there's, like, usually, like, a little statue that you can click on and teleport? Like, I wanted to go back and, like, explore some cities and stuff like that, but it doesn't look like you can do that. I don't even know what swinging on that would do. Like, this says Boromir can swing on stuff. I don't see how Boromir would be that, what's the word I'm looking for? That agile. But apparently he can. 'Cause, yeah, that didn't do anything other than just have some studs randomly appear. Oh, I see. It's just, it's for studs.
That's very kind, Alpha.
It's for studs. Dun, 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 dun. And, just so you guys know, like, if you want the music, like, we have to put it behind a super chat goal because we won't make any revenue otherwise.
Well, if...
Chicken!
Just for the record, like, you know, if... You know, we were unfairly forced to pay thousands of dollars to the government that we didn't owe. We've had to pay more money back in taxes than we even earned originally.
Yep.
So we've actually had to work 7 times harder so that we could earn more money so that we could pay back on taxes that they said we owed when we didn't even make that much originally. They said we made that much, but we never did. Because they didn't count our business expenses, so they counted our business expenses as income when those were our expenses for 3 or 4 years.
This is Helms Deep, I bet.
So, if for some reason they do demonetize our channel, after possibly going homeless, living in a van, and having to beg family members to take us in, so that we can afford our taxes for the next 5 years.
Yep.
After all that, if we don't die, because there's a huge possibility Luke could die if we aren't still working here, because most family members don't care about Luke's problem with his head, where he hit his head, and they won't help him, and they'll make it worse, and he'll probably end up going to the hospital and probably end up dying eventually. So there's only one person who actually took time to care about him and make sure he was okay, and that was me.
Yep.
So, if for some reason they do take our income and there's no one to take care of Luke's head, then, you know, we'll probably, if Luke doesn't die already, we'll probably break even. We'll probably break even, like, in 5 or 6 years, we'll finally pay back all the money that the government said that we owed them, which we never did. And if we don't have YouTube to help us, then it will probably be even more time. And that's just to one government agency, because the other one, it'll be till Luke's 110. So after all that, we'll have just broken even. So after all these years on YouTube, will have made zero from, YouTube. They will have taken everything that we made.
More or less. That's why, yeah, it sucks right now.
It would have been better for us if we had never done YouTube at all, because it had just ruined our lives.
So, just to ask a dumb question, but Isengard is where the Saruman is, right? Saruman? Like the White Wizard? Because, the other tower is in Mordor, right? So the former White Wizard is the one that's in, Isengard, I think.
I have no idea. I have no clue. I can look it up.
Well, it's okay. I was just curious.
I don't know. The Saruman lives in that tower.
Yeah, I think he lives in Isengard. That's what I think. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. To Isengard. That's what I think the song is about. The hobbits, the hobbits, the hobbits, the hobbits, to Isengard, to Isengard. So yeah, it's been a crazy 12 hours, or yeah, more or less. Okay.
By order of Grima Wormtongue. Your staff.
You would not part an old man from his walking stick.
My lord, Gandalf the Grey is coming. He's not welcome.
Why should I welcome you, Gandalf Stormcrow?
A just question, my liege.
Be silent.
Stop.
I told you to take the wizard's staff.
Nope, we're under attack. Okay.
Oh, Jotaro's in the chat.
Hi, Jotaro.
Hi, Jotaro. Sorry we couldn't do your stream last night.
Yeah, sorry, Jotaro. I can do your stream this weekend. Like, I have a stream tonight, and I have a stream on Saturday, but I'm open Sunday if you want it.
Jotaro's the second tendon injury in a month.
Oh, no.
My tendon injuries here are arrested, aren't they? Opposite to a muscle industry's second hamstring tendon injury in a month. Currently walking around my house without... Oh, with a stick or something like that. I don't know if I read that right.
Wormtongue? Isn't his name Wormtongue? Oh, Linky. Okay, buddy. No, I need the controller, buddy. No, 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 no. That's my controller. Okay, you find a way to lie down. That's comfortable for you. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't even remember the guy's name is Wormtongue or not. No, 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 dun, 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 dun. What is that? Oh, it's a spear. Thank you very much. We just need one more $5 super chat and the music will be unlocked. You forgot to send my message in here in the chat. Marcellus? Is that how you say that?
I forgot to send
Link.
my message.
Don't stab my foot, Link, please. Thank you.
Luke, what games do you think are going to be made in 2026? Because are they trying to get in a... Yeah, I don't know. That's a very touchy subject right now, Marcel's, because we're being threatened with having our channel taken down right now. What games do you think are going to be made in 2026? Because are they going to try to get younger audience, adult audience, or children?
Huh?
I don't know what that means. You mean, like, are they gonna make more mature games or E-rated games in 2026?
They're always gonna make E-rated games. There's nothing wrong with E-rated. E-rated games, all E-rated games mean is it's safe for kids to play, but E-rated games are for everyone. E-rated games is essentially the PG title. Adults like PG, adults like PG-13. PG-13, the rating scale would be teen in video games in the ESRB, and R-rated is M. So there is nothing wrong with E-rated. E-rated is... I prefer playing E-rated games because it's literally for everybody. You know, you don't have to worry about language, you don't have to worry about sexual content. That doesn't make it a game that, you know, is only allowed, like, to... It's not... It doesn't mean it's marketed toward kids.
It's also gonna be hard, like, you know, like, if we do switch over to a lot of M-rated games, it's gonna be hard to, like, tell Luke's grandma or my dad or something, like, or someone at, you know, like, a potluck or church or, like, a neighbor, like, oh, yeah, this is my channel, you can check it out. Your kids can, you know, like, or your neighbors can watch it. you know, you have to be careful what you tell about your channel then if you have M-rated games on your channel, because now you can't tell. You meet a nice neighbor and they're like, hi, and they're like, oh, you know, they seem like they're wholesome people. Now you can't tell them about your channel because you play these games with all this blood on it and everything, so they might find that offensive. So E-rated games...
You just tell people you play your gaming channel, because there are lots of, like, during basically Zach Scott Games had to do the same thing 5 years ago, where once a month he plays an M-rated game, like on top of the E and T-rated games he's always done. Except he's more guilty of COPPA than we are, because he still does, like, he's got the very child-friendly thumbnails. You know,
everyone does.
Even, yeah, especially, and there are some people that haven't changed their content at all. Like, Blitzwinger still acts like he's talking to little kids, and yet he's not impacted, and we are. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, there's a lot of YouTubers that talk down to their audience. Like, they act like very goofy and crazy when they're talking. So it's like, obviously they're targeting younger audiences.
You legally can't do that. You're not supposed to, because if you're a gaming channel, you're supposed to do stuff for gaming.
I'm not, you know. Thank you, Marcellus, for the super chat.
Who has fire?
I mean, like, for the focus of gaming. Like, will Grand Theft Auto mostly change the way games... What? Because Grand Theft Auto will mostly change the way games will be made? You mean, like, you're saying Grand Theft Auto... I don't even know how they're... I don't even know what the changes are with Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto is going to probably fail.
Like, what... Like, is Grand Theft Auto going to be made more kid-appropriate? Is that what's happening
No.
with it?
No. That's
like,
not...
I don't really understand what's happening with Grand Theft Auto.
No. They're not gonna... No, the Grand Theft Auto is the last game that will be handled by those consultant activists, and they're going to kill Grand Theft Auto.
Look at the Dragon... I think that was Dragon Age game, the one that they made all these changes to and nobody liked. I watched... Unfortunately, I had the displeasure of seeing a clip of that game that was...
Yep.
Literally X-rated. And they said they have a problem with lewd stuff in games, like, but their stuff is even more lewd. Their stuff is even more, you know...
Yep.
Their stuff is even more X-rated than the stuff that they said was bad.
Yep.
They have taken these games and said that there's stuff in it that's inappropriate, and then they have put even more inappropriate things into the game than was originally there.
Yep.
So that... I don't think that these activists are making it more appropriate for anyone. They're making it more appropriate... They're making it more appropriate for... You know, I don't even know. I mean, the more I say, I'm gonna get flagged by more people, but I'll just say it before they demonetize me or whatever. It's like, they are taking what is the normal way, a healthy way that adults see relationships and stuff. And, you know, adults, you know, they have their desires and all this stuff, and they want to see, you know, attractive characters in games. Men and women in games. They are literally taking that and saying, oh, that's wrong. And now they're going to put a perverted version of that in games that's even more disgusting. Like, the original isn't even disgusting. It's just normal, healthy relationships. Now they're actually twisting it and putting actual, like, perverted things in games that are borderline, like...
NC-17. You could say that.
Yeah.
So
that's what I do not... They're lying. They're lying that they're saying that this is... They're like, oh, these things may make people feel uncomfortable. Then they put something in a game that would make anyone uncomfortable.
Oh, we lost our axe.
Yeah.
I forgot what we're supposed to do in this section.
They're complete liars. Like, they're very hypocritical.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're probably responsible for, like, telling YouTube to, like, change our channel to 4 kids too. I don't think that is a coincidence. I really don't. But yeah, no, 2026 is going to be the year that, or 2025 will be the last year that breaks the camel's back. Everything's going back to how gaming was. There's already rumors that companies are starting to reject that kind of stuff, and gaming's going to go back. If you remember what gaming was like in 2015 and 2018, that's more or less what you're going to see again. Like, female characters will look like females again. You know, they're going to focus on more storytelling and doing, like, you know, big, broader stuff, and all the activist agenda is going to basically disappear and crumble. Like, you know, a city that was built on sand or something. Like a giant sand castle that the tide is coming, and the tide is going to wreck everything because it's not a firm foundation. It's made out of sand. You know, they're already losing contracts. People are getting fired. Companies are going under. It was a failed experiment, and the game industry doesn't want to do it anymore. So you're going to see more games like Stellar Blade again, and it will be the normal. It's just what it is going to be because the market can't afford to have that type of stuff happen. Everyone, like, the game industry doesn't want to go out of business to appease like 1% of people that don't even buy games. That's not a very good business strategy. Do you guys remember what to do in this section? I broke everything. Wormtongue is still talking to the dude, but I don't have any of my weapons. My weapons were all stolen.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Deanna. For this, Marcel says... I'm asking, how would people get attention because you believe Grand Theft Auto will flop, but if it does not, then how would you get my attention if it does not flop?
If it doesn't flop?
I don't know. I don't really have very many opinions on Grand Theft Auto Marsalis. Like, I don't... Like, I mean, we played Grand Theft Auto 5. Luke had fun running around in it, but I don't... Like, it's not a game we play a lot, so, like, you know, we don't think people will like it, but I don't have very much... I don't have a huge opinion on it. You mean, like, how are they gonna get your attention if it flops? Like, I don't understand. I don't quite understand. I'm sorry. How will they get your attention to play another? You mean, like... Are you saying, Marcellus, like, if it flops, like, then why would you buy the next game in the series? Is that what you're saying? Like, if it's terrible, then you might never buy another, Grand Theft Auto game? If that's what you're saying, I don't know if that's what I'm, interpreting it. Sorry if I'm bad at interpreting. Sorry about that, Marcellus, but yeah, like, I don't know if I'm reading your thing correctly, and thank you so much for the super chat, Marcellus. Yeah, that's the whole reason why, like even, like that, you saw that with movies and stuff, like the first, and I did see your super chat, Miss Deanna, thank you.
Maybe I was supposed to pick this
like,
up with...
The first movie with, Captain Marvel was so... like, awful. No offense, but it was just terrible. Like, it was just very bad. I mean, like, Samuel L. Jackson was in it, and he tried to make the movie better, but, you know, the constant lecturing of the audience, and the angsty personality of Captain America was just, like, very annoying to watch. It was nobody liked that movie.
You mean Captain Marvel?
Marvel, not America, Marvel. And then so the next movie, nobody watched it. They couldn't get anyone to get a ticket for it, even though that second movie, I guess people said was actually better, but but nobody knew about it because they have lost the trust of their audience. Yeah,
the perception of it. So
if that's what you're saying, like, if they mess up Grand Theft Auto, then maybe people will just stop buying Grand Theft Auto. That might be a thing, like, you know, it's possible.
Won't know till it happens, but put it to you this way. The people who bought the original Dragon Age, that love Dragon Age Origins and stuff from 10 years ago, you know, they did buy the new Dragon Age game, but there were so many refunds on Steam. They started with 70,000 players. Right now on Steam, they have 400. And the game is only, like, Dragon Age... like, Origins still has, like, thousands of people playing it, and that game is, like, so old, you know, like PS4 graphics and all that other stuff. But you have more people playing that than you do the new game because gamers have basically rejected that game And BioWare is in huge trouble. Like, they're losing profits, like an insane amount, because gamers basically voted their pocketbook. It is not going to sell well for Christmas. It's done. Like, that franchise is forever ruined. And even the activists say, well, you know, even though this was probably the last Dragon Age game, it was important that it was made because of blah, 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 blah. So they're, like, so delusional in thinking that even though they ruined that brand, it needed to be ruined because it was for, you know, whatever nonsense they believe in. Like, they literally had this mentality of burning things to the ground to prove a point.
They don't have any remorse for all the employees that are going to lose their jobs.
No, they don't care.
So it's like, as long as we get our message across, then it's okay if people can't feed their families, or they have to go homeless and live in a van.
Yep.
And potentially even die because they can't get medical care because they can't afford it because you put them out of a job.
Yep.
I mean, that's the problem, like, with these people, is like, they don't seem to care that, like, they care so much about their message that they are willing to burn a whole company to the ground to get their message across.
Yeah. Hey guys, it won't let me destroy the banners. Like, I'm trying to throw the spear because I would think that, you know, our boy Legolas would be able to do that.
Shooting the banner drops things to build, if I remember right, says Irene.
Yeah, but I'm trying to drop the banner.
Yeah, I think the reason why, like, and I will read Miss Deanna's super chat too. I think the reason why it's like the activists think that Luke and I, like, when a horrible game or movie comes out and we just say our opinion on it, like, they think, like, oh, now they said their opinion, now everyone else is going to agree with Luke and Amber. But that's actually not the order of it. Everyone else is already thinking this movie or game is uncomfortable, I don't like it, but I'm being told by everyone I am forced to like it, and I'm confused, and I feel stressed out because this is being pushed on me. And, you know, Luke and I just say, you know, like, yeah, I feel stressed out too. I don't like this either. This is also make me feel pushed on me also, and this is weird. So we're just saying exactly what everyone else is already thinking.
Well, we hold the consensus of what, like, most people believe. Like,
Yeah.
we are the majority.
So it's like these activists who are in their mind think they're going to take our channel down, and literally if our channel got taken down and Luke and I, like, died tomorrow or whatever happened to us, or we were in a horrible situation and no one ever saw us again, literally Dragon Age would still be a terrible game. Like, it would not change, it would not make their activist games good.
And we didn't even cover Dragon Age.
It literally would not make their games good to ruin our channel. Like, their games would still suck. Like, people could play their games 40 years from now and look back on the game, and they would still have the same opinion, that it was terrible. Because people have common sense. So it's just hilarious that they think if they take down everyone who disagrees with them, which would be everyone in the entire world, then they'll feel better about themselves. But that's crazy, because they would have to take down everyone. Okay, thank you, Miss Deanna, for the super chat. Says, it's what I've been saying, Miss Amber. These people are hypocrites. I know that they are hypocrites. What you are describing are hypocrites. Thank you, Miss Deanna.
Yep.
Says, this is the last of my money for the week. I'm sorry, but I can't donate anymore. No, you donated so much, Miss Deanna. You guys have donated a tremendous amount. No, Miss Deanna, you have donated so much. You need to save that for Thanksgiving and for your family. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Amber, I mean, what the story is, an adult would get my attention. I want to play another game, considering the length of how long it takes so that the game do what you want to see, says Marcellus. I'm overthinking it, says Marcellus. Okay, sorry. The last GTA game played was Vice City, says Joker. I preferred the chaos of Saints Row when the activists murdered. That was the awful reboot. Oh, wow, Jotaro.
Yeah, they killed Saints Row. Saints Row was like a clone of the Grand Theft Auto franchise, but taken in a different direction.
What story is an... Oh, okay, Marcel says I meant, like, what story as an adult would get my attention to want to play another game, considering the length of how long it takes? What story as an adult would get my attention?
I don't know what games are in development for 2026 other than.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, like, if you like adult games, what kind of storylines would get your attention?
Failed and
That's a very good
dies.
question.
I don't know, because we don't know. Like, right now, the gaming industry is up in the air, Marcellus.
I wouldn't say it's up in the air. It's healing.
It's like, you know, as they say, like, there's like a time in which a normal person, an average person, will seem like a great person because everyone else is so, like, weak and has gone greasy. So it's like the same in the gaming industry. A normal game that is just okay seems great today because there's so many bad games out there. So it's like, you know, I don't know, Marcellus. I don't know, because you would have, I mean, the games that we're looking for, you know, like, that people look for great storylines, that, you know, like Arkham, that messed us up with the Suicide Squad.
He looks terrible. Imagine looking that young so quick.
Yeah, he got all his life back, and
I love the Scottish music for the Riders of Rohan. This is my favorite movie. The second one is my favorite. I love the storytelling, I love the characters, I love the music, I love the action. The Two Towers is my absolute favorite.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash. You must fight.
Open war is upon you.
I know what it is you want of me, but I will not bring further death to my people.
By order of the king, we make for the refuge of Helms Deep.
Helms Deep is a good place to go, though. That's why they survive.
They
Sorry.
flee to the mountains when they should stand and fight.
Aemir is loyal. His men will return and fight for their king.
With luck, my search will not be in vain.
You must lead the people to Helm's Deep, and make haste.
She picked up a sword, but she wasn't able to use it.
she wasn't allowed to fight because he wanted her to protect the people instead.
Yeah, so they're making for Helm's Deep and they're attacked. Marcellus, do American gaming companies do polls like Japanese? No. What Americans do is they hire consultant agencies that say they represent, like, the consensus of gamers, but it just represents the consultant agencies. So no, we don't have that type of representation. The only people we have who represent us in the media space are game journalists and activists who say they have our best interests at heart, but they only have, like, social issues and whatever activism they want to push. They don't care about what the majority of gamers want.
I mean, I guess...
Nothing like Japan.
I guess the best thing that Americans can do, since we don't have any polls, is that if you see an indie developer or you see a developer making a game you really like, then you can be part of their, you know, you can be part of it and be part of their Kickstarter program and help them.
Yep, they're crowdfunding. Actually, speaking of that, I have some huge news to talk about. You guys remember when we covered the Mario Rabbids franchise, the 2 games? The director of that has actually created his own game studio. And he also got the Donkey Kong composer Grant to join as that company's composer and music director and sound guy. Just like Grant did back in Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo and Donkey Kong Country 64. And a lot of the rare games. Like, he was a really good composer. You know, so he's very well known. And their studio, they just kicked off. They're starting to work on games, and their focus is, like, they're going to make games that have great storytelling and are very artistically, like, beautiful to look at. And they have, like, a huge group of former Ubisoft people that have joined up. Like, they have a very impressive team with people who used to work on the Assassin's Creed 1 through 4 games, people who used to work on Splinter Cell, Rayman Legends and Origins, people that used to work on some of the racing games that Ubisoft did. Like, they're putting together a dream team, and that is probably going to become your new Ubisoft, because these guys, you know, they have a focus of loving games. And they want to make, you know, games that people like. So, probably their first game will come out in 2026 or even 2025, and they're an indie studio. So, you could just check out Grant's Twitter if you want to, you know, look into supporting these guys. I would recommend it because, you know, that's your Ubisoft. These are all people that left Ubisoft because they didn't like the direction that Ubisoft was heading. And they, you know, rather than make like a big deal about it, they just quit and they made their own gaming studio. So that's what you're supposed to do to fight these activists, is you fight it with better content, with better art. You know, if you don't like what's happening in the industry, then you make your own business. And, you know, I'm really looking forward and I'm excited to seeing what project they do. I think they're called Four Night Studios or something is the name of it. They have like a little animal character as their mascot.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. So that really happened, and that's how you fight people like that. That's how you reject what the Western current ideals of making games is. You make your own studio.
The only other choice you have besides trying to crowdfund games you appreciate, the only other choice you have besides that is just, like, I think Jotaro does it, is get games from Japan. Like, like, you just import all your games. Like, you just... Because a lot of times, like, they don't even release games. Like, a lot of the games they release in Japan, they don't even release here. So if there's, like, you know, they're not releasing the kind of games we want, we can just somehow get the ability to import them, but it costs more to get a copy from Japan.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, if you really want to import games, you want to go to Play Asia, because it's a Hong Kong-based studio that actually subtitles the games in English. So, like, they're a Hong Kong-based game developer slash, like, or game translator slash, like, game seller.
It's just like me.
No?
I took a little tumble off the cliff.
They were ambushed before they got to Helms Deep.
Oh.
Oh wait, they think I think they think something happened to Aragon, because he's crying. I don't remember. Did something happen to Aragorn?
Why am I gonna buy your game if you don't want my input, says Marcellus.
Exactly. I mean, once this whole, like, activist nonsense is done, we should reach out to game studios and, like, ask them, or tell them this is what we'd like to see in our games, because that's what they do in Japan.
We got more than $10 super chats.
Music's on.
We got $15. Oh, okay.
I put the music on stream.
Alright, we actually got $20. Thank you, Marsalis, for, thank you for the, 3 super chats, and thank you, Miss Deanna, for the super chat. Thank you all so much. We got the music on. You guys did it. Thank you, Marcellus and Miss Deanna.
Yep, you guys are breathtaking. Thank you very much. So that was, I think I might be mistaken, but I think Aragorn, like, was perceived to fall off the cliff or something fighting a wolf rider, and then he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that part of the story where he falls all the way down the cliff and he ends up near the river. He fell near the river in the rocks.
And then his elf girlfriend comes from him or something.
I think his elf girlfriend comes and takes care of him. That's what I thought happened. I don't
remember. Because he was in the Battle of Helms Deep. Like, he was there, I think. Yeah, he was there.
Well, he has to be at the end to be the king, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't randomly die.
No. But the second movie, in my personal opinion, is the best. Yeah, because Aragorn's gone. You see, Gimli and Legolas are the only ones here right now. And they move on to Helm's Deep, and somehow Aragorn comes back.
I mean, that's why Luke and I like E-rated games, though. Like, places like Way Forward and Yacht Club Games, they make like E13 games, and they seem to care about their audience. Like, they listen to the feedback and stuff. But I mean, there's other. I mean, Monster Hunter, Capcom is great. Like, I remember I watched their thing at Gamescom where someone was asking them, like, don't you need a consulting agency to figure out if you're making the appropriate weird monsters for your game? And they said no, we don't need a consulting agency. We make the monsters up ourselves.
Yeah.
They said our employees make up the monsters. That's what we're paid to do, is create the monsters in our games. That's what our job is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you pay someone else to do your own job?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know why these people always think you need more and more consulting agencies when you already know, like, most developers already have created tons of monsters in games already.
Wow. Look at that, Amber. You can see way in the background, too. I think that's supposed to be Gondor's white walls way back there. Like, I mean, they made everything so close together. That's Mordor way over there. You see it? Because that's the all-seeing eye way over there. That's his eye. I think we can actually go inside the fort now and do side quests.
I was just thinking about, like...
Yep, we can go inside now.
It doesn't really matter, but I was just thinking about how, like, people said, you know, like, some of the stuff that, you know, like, people didn't like Tomb Raider, or like how, what's her name is in, like, the old, game, Halo games, where that one robot, AI lady is, like, likes Master Chief and stuff. Like, that's the kind of stuff that they act like is inappropriate, but then looking at the Dragon Age thing is, like, I mean, it's, like, I was like, it's nothing compared to that.
Well, the most important thing is when people use Japan as an example, saying, oh yeah, this stuff, you know, happens in Japan. It does, but it has its own separate category. How you know the game industry is healing is they now have a category in the Game Awards for that, you know, type of games.
Yeah, for activist games.
Right. So, like, the fact that they have that as a category now is a good thing, because nobody wants these games erased. But these games should not be in, like, big blockbuster stuff. Like, that stuff should not be in there. Nor should it be forced on people. So, if they want to have their own genre, like they do in Japan for, like, you know, weird content, they're allowed that. But what they're not allowed to do is to take over our spaces. They're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to, you know, take over every game and change it to fit their weird whims. They're allowed to produce their games and have it, you know, whatever, but they're not allowed to take over all our spaces and force things that the majority of people don't want, because then they deserve bankruptcy, which is happening to a lot of them. What makes me happy is most of these places are government funded, so come January, they're all going to lose their jobs because the government won't continue to fund them, because it won't be the same people in office. You know, they're not going to go and spend millions of dollars to keep these non-profit consultant agencies around. Like, the new administration's not going to do that. And, you know, for 4 years we as the American people have been financing these weirdos, you know.
We've been financing
with our taxes.
We've been financing these companies that are attacking. They're attacking the fans. They're attacking the developers.
Mm-hmm.
They're attacking everyone. Like, we're paying for people to attack us.
Too much.
It's just crazy.
No, I don't want King Theoden as cursed. It looks weird. So we just unlocked Eowyn. I think that was her name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
her
we
name
unlocked.
is Eowyn.
Yeah.
The other person's Aragorn's wife's name is Arwen.
Oh, they have the... Wait, didn't she like...
They have similar names.
I thought Eowyn also had a crush
Yes.
on him.
Yeah, well, in the movie she did. I don't know.
In the movie she
I don't
had a
know if
crush
she
on him.
did in the book. I don't know.
Okay.
In the movie, they made her like look at him and be like, kind of like when she saw that Arwen was there, she looked jealous or something. But it's like, I don't really know what she was thinking. Like, it didn't seem... I think it was, like, one-sided, like, because I don't think Aragorn was, like, into her at all. Because he already had...
He already had a girlfriend, yeah.
He didn't need... You know, he wasn't, like, flirting with Eowyn at all.
No, he wasn't. He was just being him. He was being rugged, ranger guy. Yeah. 'Cause that's what he is. You know, he's a wild... He's rejected... man because he doesn't want to be their king. I forget the reasons why. There was some type of significant reason. I don't know if they ever got into it in the movies. Maybe they did in the extended edition, but there's a reason why he doesn't want to be the king of Gondor. Like, he doesn't want to be mankind's king. I don't remember what the actual reason was, though. Maybe somebody can explain it to me in the book.
Maybe it had something to do with the fact that his whole ancestral line became, like...
Cursed?
Yeah, like, I wouldn't want to be either. Maybe he thought he couldn't take the power, or, like, maybe he thought he would be corrupted. I don't know.
But it's a beautiful story, The Lord of the Rings. Like, it just... I don't know. It's just so good. What city are we in right now? Link's fastest city. This is the city of what? This is in Helms Deep. What is this place called? This place is called... Oh! There it is. Yep, we're gonna look at a side quest.
If Nintendo brings back the Wii in a new version, for sure families would buy it, like we did back when Mario and Sonic and the Olympic Games. My mom bought it because she wanted to play it, and she not play that game. She wanted to, she got one of the Nintendo game systems to play Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Awesome, Marsalis. Yeah, that stupid Olympics, they won't sponsor Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Apparently it was an official thing sponsored by the Like,
yeah, the Olympics said no to them.
And they now say they don't think that that's important to... They don't think they're gonna push other things besides Mario and Sonic.
Yep.
It's like, what are you pushing? Like, what could be better than Mario and Sonic? Like, what are you talking about? Like...
Well, we're having... What people were thinking that there was going to be this massive, like, worldwide push for, like, what's been happening in America for 4 years. So they were preparing to, you know, go full-blown activism, like, all over the world. And now these companies are running scared. It's kind of like, basically, all these activists are Wormtongue.
That's the one exactly.
Yeah,
I was already
all these activists are Wormtongue, and the American people are King Theoden, and they're waking up from the curse. So, you know, that just shows you how twisted and demented these people were for 4 years, as they were whispering in the ear of the American people and telling them to do this, and it's almost like a demon possession. And now, like, people are waking up and they're not afraid to stand up for themselves, and they're not afraid of cancel culture anymore, and they're not afraid of these freaks and weirdos, because, like, you know, light is returning to our country. Like, that's basically what's happening. You know, it's a very clear illustration of, like, Wormtongue and the King. Like, it is, that's what it is. And that's what's happening in the game industry, and that's what's going to happen in our society. Society is going to heal. Because not everybody wanted this, but people were being forced to do it. You know? And there were repercussions if you didn't. You'd lose your job, you'd get canceled, you'd have, you know, people dox you, all kinds of nonsense. You know, we got swatted because of this nonsense, twice. Because of these weirdos. Like, these were not normal people.
Oh, neither.
I'm just saying.
My husband's mithril top hat shrunk in the wash. I'll never hear the end of it if he finds out. Could you forge me a replacement? I'll give you something that'll earn you 6 times as many
Subtitles
studs.
broke again.
Yeah. So.
I didn't even hear what she said. I have to put on the subtitles to hear that. Sorry about that. Every time you come into the game, you have to turn the music back on and you have to put the subtitles on.
Oh, yeah.
My husband's mithril top hat shrunk in the wash. I'll never hear the end of it if he finds out. Could you forge me a replacement? I'll give you something that'll earn you 6 times as many studs.
Oh, she just said she's gonna give us a stud multiplier if we can make a hat. Is there a blacksmith here though, or do we have to travel to where there is a blacksmith? And I don't think we have a character that can break this stuff yet. Which I would think Gimli would be able to destroy this stuff, but he can't. Whoops! No, I didn't want to do Frodo yet. That's Return of the King stuff.
Well. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to focus on Lord of the Rings because I'm.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I feel a lot bolder about stuff too. I'm not scared anymore.
I'm always scared, but also every industry has been facing this. Like even when I was going into culinary, like the guy who has been a chef for like literally decades and is like apparently one of the most well-known chefs like in this part of Pennsylvania. He's like part of like a whole chef thing that meets like in this huge, in the big city like near us and everything. And he like leads a whole bunch of other chefs and he runs the basically entire school department and everything. He was saying like when he saw that there were 2 women in his class, he was like, he had to do this whole speech about how explaining to the guys in the class that there's laws now where they have to be more sensitive to females in the workplace. And he looked a little bit scared and nervous when he was talking about it. He's like, so I was just like, wow, like imagine this guy who's had to be a chef his whole life since he was like 19.
Wasn't he a military guy too?
That was the other one.
Oh, that was the other chef.
This guy was a chef since he was like a young kid, like 18 or 19, and he actually worked for a guy who was scary. Like he worked for I don't know, the person spoke a different language, like Polish or something. He used to tell us stories about this guy that he had to work for, that he had to learn under, and the chef that he learned under was terrifying. Like would stab knives into the table and would scream at people if they didn't cook it right. And he said the way he learned to cook was not, like, no one was kind to him, no one gave him a break, nobody was sensitive to his feelings, ever. They just screamed at him, like, to do it better, and he, you know, endured that to become a chef. Then he had to work, like, basically for nothing, washing dishes and washing carrots and cleaning them till he had to work his way up for, like, 50 years in the industry until he became a head chef of the school, and he became one of the most famous chefs like in that section of Pennsylvania. So he had to work his way up, but like him looking scared of these laws, like a guy who has literally gone through torment in his life to become a chef and has literally earned his place, being afraid of some government laws about not being nice enough to females is just, I don't think it's right. Like to.
No, Amber wasn't trained by Gordon Ramsay. No, this is
this guy is he's very famous in Pennsylvania.
He's a very famous Pennsylvania chef, and he's really nice. Even the military guy was very nice. Like they're very good teachers.
Yeah, but he just seeing the look of fear on his face made me feel bad for him, because it's like people shouldn't, like, it's the way you do it. Like, you want people to be nicer to females in the workplace, but why would you then scare the people, like, with being fired if they're not nice enough to females? Like, that's not right either. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be. The way that they're doing this activism is too scary. Like, they threaten people so much. Like, oh, if one person has a complaint, you might lose your entire job you worked for 50 years. Like, that's not right. Like, there's something wrong with the way activism is in society. Like, it's,
of course.
It's about scaring people to death.
Hey guys, they said there was a top hat quest. Does anybody know how to do that? Like, again, we've never done these side quests before. I I don't think a mithril headdress is a top hat. Like, how are we supposed to activate that quest in the Rohan place? Because I don't think that's I don't think that's how you do it. I don't know though. Some quests you have to replay the levels to get the mission. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to replay a level then. Thanks for letting me know. Like, I mean, we'll do free play another time, but
yeah, definitely. Silver Sonic says that's how real chefs are still trained. My nephew is studying to be a chef, and you should hear the stories he says of the kitchen, high class diner. Yeah, this guy, the guy who was teaching us at school, said that he used to show up like at 18 years old in front of like restaurants and like with his apron, and he would ask if he could learn. Like, he would wait all day in the morning, like at 6 in the morning, and see if, like, ask the chef there if he could learn. Because back then you didn't really have as many you know, culinary schools. You know, a lot of people learned on the job. So if you wanted to do something, you had to go out and ask. You had to be an apprentice. You know, you'd have to ask people to help you, and you'd have to work for free. So they'd show you how to do that job. So it was very tough.
I'm just gonna look up the order of the Lord of the Rings, like the Two Towers, to see if like a Frodo is supposed to be next after Aragorn disappears. Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, wiki. Because I just don't remember the exact order of stuff. So Gandalf, Legolas pursue the Uruk-hai. Gandalf with help to Middle Earth. Gandalf leads the trio. Rivendell, Arwen is able to tell her father. Merry and Pippin meet Treebeard, convincing Treebeard. Gives the Helms Deep warning. Gollum leads Frodo and Sam through the Dead Marshes. Yep.
Yeah, they can learn. Yeah, people can learn in the military, definitely. Yeah, a lot of the people in my culinary class were in the military. Yeah, what were you saying, honey? I'm sorry.
It says Gollum. So after Helm's Deep is when I thought the movie ended with Helm's Deep. I guess the movie ends with Frodo. I think the Frodo stuff is at the end of Helm's Deep. I believe so. The leaning, passing through, Frodo tries to explain. Yeah, it goes in chapters, so the whole Helm's Deep thing happens. Surviving the Uruk-hai, Gandalf, yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's what happens. Because the Battle of Helm's Deep is in the Two Towers. So
I think so.
Yeah. So we're doing Helm's Deep now. Helm's Deep is my favorite part. Although there was that one Lord of the Rings game on GameCube, the Battle of Helm's Deep was amazing in that, and that was a GameCube game. Like, the Lego version is still pretty good though. Where are we? This is the Mines of Moria. We don't want to be at the Mines of Moria.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something interesting, Isaac. The guy who was one of the people that taught a lot of the classes, and is a pretty famous chef in Pennsylvania. But the guy who actually ran the school, he's also a good chef, but he didn't really teach a lot of the classes. He ran the whole school. And this guy was a military, like, commander. He was the guy who actually told us what to do if somebody came in the room, which Luke says I'm not allowed to repeat.
Yeah.
But he told us about defending ourselves in case there was an attacker, and he told us what to do. He was like, don't, like, we listened to the PR people or the HR people come in, and after, he's like, what did they tell you to do? And then after he heard that, he said, don't do that. He's like, if somebody tries to attack you, and then he, like, explained what to do. But this guy, apparently he was some kind of, like, he had some kind of position in the army. I don't know what it was. But he was definitely above people, and he did have to yell at people orders and stuff, but he was kind of like a Bob Ross type guy, where he actually said the same thing Bob Ross did,
My
where he
husband's
said,
neutral.
I yelled at people, orders in the military for years, and he said, I'm out of the military now. He's like, I don't want to yell anymore. So that's the kind of person he was. He actually came with me when they were trying to kick me out of the school because it was hard for me to make payments, and he sat down next to me and like advocated with me in front of the like bank people. And he helped me out. He's very kind,
He's
like
a very,
grandpa type
very
person.
good guy, yeah.
And he was very sweet. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, he said something about Gordon Ramsay. He actually mentioned him. He said, now how many of you guys would want to work for Gordon Ramsay? And then, like, some of the people raised their hand, and he said, well, you shouldn't. He said, you shouldn't. He said, because, he said, you should not work in a kitchen where somebody screams in your face and disrespects you on a daily basis. Like, he said, if you mess up on an order or something, like, people can get mad at you, but he said the way and the style that Gordon Ramsay is screaming all the time, 24/7, even if people are, doing their best, he said that's not, he's like, he doesn't respect people. And he said, I would never treat my people in my kitchen that way. And he said, you should never work for anyone who mistreats you like that either. Well, that's what he told us about Gordon Ramsay, and I have to say that he was a very kind man, so I will have to agree with that. So he felt it would not be worth it to work for somebody like him, because he felt that he's disrespectful to the people in his kitchen. And when I was in culinary, people made me say yes chef and made me run immediately, and if I didn't do it right, they made me redo it 4, 5, 6 times. But they didn't scream at me, and they didn't put like bread across my ears and say you're an idiot sandwich or scream at me. They just said do it again, and they just did it matter of fact. They didn't scream in my face. So yeah, there is a difference between being authoritative and being like abusive. So there's like a line there. There's, you can be like, you didn't do it again, do it right. And you have to obey them, or you have to do what they say because they're your chef, and you say yes chef and you do it. That's like authoritative. But the way that Gordon Ramsay goes above that and like screams at people, that's like getting into abusive territory. Like, I know he's famous, but he doesn't really have to do all, really. Personally, I don't think he does.
Yep. Alright, here we go. This is the best part coming up. I love Helms Deep. It's gonna be cool to see how they handle the night battle and stuff like that. I don't remember how they do it in the Lego game.
So few of you have returned.
Our people are safe.
Lord Aragorn. Where is he?
He fell.
All Isengard is emptied.
How many?
10,000 strong at least.
10,000.
It is an army bred for a single purpose, to destroy the world of men.
Let them come. I want every man and strong lad, able to bear arms, to be ready for battle by nightfall. Get the women and children into the cave.
This is no rabble of mindless orcs. These are Urukai. Their armor is thick and their shields broad.
I have fought many wars, Master Dwarf. I know how to defend my own keep.
You must call for aid.
And who will come?
The elves! Let's go!
But he didn't even call for them.
I don't remember how the elves come.
I think they just came because they knew they wanted to stop.
How is this possible?
I bring word from Elrond of Rivendell. We are proud to fight alongside men once more.
You are most welcome.
Man, look at all of them. 10,000 Urukai. Woo! They don't have that many people inside Helms Deep. And you want to come in, Amber, or?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for the super chat.
I have some type of gear. Da 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 da.
He yells at them to put their money into a good meal, not a bad one. Yeah, but you don't have to. You shouldn't. That's very. Well, I mean, I'm just telling you what my culinary teacher said, and he screamed at people for many years in the military, and he felt that Gordon Ramsay was very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because to literally, that would be like saying it's okay for, like, say Thanksgiving is coming up and I have some kids here or my husband or whatever, and I start screaming at my family to get ready for Thanksgiving because people are coming over, because I want to make sure everything's good, like the way Gordon Ramsay screams at people to make sure that everything's good in his kitchen. To push, to undermine somebody's value, to devalue somebody, another human being that is your coworker or somebody that you're responsible for, that you're supposed to be training, that you're supposed to be a mentor to devalue them and treat them like less than human and scream at them like that is not right, because, you know, yeah, you'll get the product out, but you abuse somebody in the process. It doesn't matter, because you're not treating somebody, you're being very abusive to people in the process of getting a good product. It's not worth it to abuse another human being for that. Thank you for the super chat, Marsalis. Thank you for the super chat. Uncle Howdy says, hello, Luke and Amber, all is well. Hope all is well. Thank you, Uncle Howdy, you're breathtaking.
There's been no change since yesterday. We don't know anything right now. I'm just kind of doing our job. Master Dwarf. I fought many wars, Master Dwarf. It's a miracle that they survived this battle, if you think about it, because they are severely outnumbered. That's why Helms Deep is such a, you know, a powerful keep.
That's fine, we can agree to disagree, because everyone has their own perspective, but...
That's... Yep. That's how it works in a civilized society.
Could have picked a better spot.
Say the line!
What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me
yes!
to put you a box?
Legolas never had a helmet. Oh yeah, they interrupted the dance. And they're like, they got first blood, let's go!
So it begins.
Okay, here we go. If you want to come in, Amber, you can come in. I'm playing as Legolas!
Get you a box.
I love that line so much. They get you the box. No.
I don't know what you want me to do, honey.
This is
Luke. You're on quit game.
This is not like the other PlayStation. You only have to like start.
Oh.
Yeah, the controller's already configured. As soon as you plug the system in. And look at all those characters in the background moving. That's really impressive.
Yeah, exactly. They were able to put
Yep. So our first order of business is we're supposed to knock down the ladders. Yep. There's 3 ladders. Each one of the characters will have their own signature way of dealing with stuff. So the next ladder, I believe Gimli has to break with his axe ability. But we have to wait until they keep like bringing ladders up. Okay, so that's 2 ladders. Now Aragorn. You can even see the arrows flying in the background, like from the elves, like down below. And of course, the elves, they're able to rapid fire their arrows because they're just like so superhuman. Like so, instead of like a regular human archer that's able to, you know, just do a little bit, elves are able to shoot. Oh, yep, you got it, Amber. Such a cool sequence. You have earned a trophy. Okay. How do I knock over that one? Oh, Gimli, you have to take down that one. By going inside the thing over here. Yep, correct. And then you flip that over and somehow we'll build something that can knock that ladder down. Fully Gimli. I love how he spins his axe behind his back.
He's showing off.
He's showing off, yeah. Oh, this movie was so good.
I think elves came here because they knew they would come up to them anyway.
Peter Jackson added the elves. According to my dad, he says in the book, it's the army that comes back is the riders of Rohan that were like splintered from the rest of like Rohan. The guys who you met at the beginning of the movie when they were out like dealing with orcs and stuff like that huge cavalry, they're the people that show up with their archers. And then another army shows up with Gandalf later on. So they changed it a little to make it more theatrical and cool. And I like that because the elves weren't supposed to show up until the Return of the King movie. So they changed it a little bit.
Oh.
Which is fine. I mean, you know, that's a good change for a movie.
Well, it was really awesome, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, my dad was a big fan of the books, so he told me that's what they did. And I was like, oh, well, I like that the elves came. He says, I like that the elves came. He says, I wish Tolkien would have done it that way, too. It's more symbolic.
Yeah, but Tolkien, he's more of a realist.
Is this it? Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
They're gonna blow up the walls.
Shoot him down.
Now they're all gonna come flooding in.
Aragorn! Fall back to the king! Get your men out of there!
I also loved how Legolas takes the shield and he like slides down it like a skateboard. That was in the movie. That was like when parkour was still like kind of getting really popular, you know.
Yeah.
And they had Orlando Bloom do that, but that also wasn't in the book. The reason why, apparently, there's symbolic reason why the riders of Rohan show up is because the king and the riders had like a falling out because he was, you know, worm tongue and stuff like that. So when Tolkien had those people come back, it showed that the king and his people were, you know, kind of healing.
Yeah.
But I like the symbolism in Peter Jackson's movie when the elves show up, because it shows that the elves are starting to trust men again, and they want to fight alongside them to stop, like, evil from taking over the world.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I trust whatever, like, I kind of feel like making the elves kind of ruins the whole idea of, like people are, like, the whole point, like, several times in the movies and the story, like, the elves have looked distrustful, like, people have distrusted the elves.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like having them not come would actually just prove everyone's point that, like, they don't care.
Well, they come in the Return of the King in the books, but, like, I like that they showed up in the Also, I like the elves in the movie. They're like my favorite race. They're so cool. They're like superhuman and, you know, all kinds of stuff. Alright, so what do they want us to do here? Oh, Gimli. We need Gimli. There's a place to break over there. I'll hold off the orcs.
I mean, there are, not to be weird, but there are some weird stories about people saying, like, that angels can bleed or something. But those are weird stories.
Right.
So that would, like, be the same as the elves in this story.
Well,
they can die on the battlefield, but they can't die in the movie.
Something like that, yeah.
They can't die in the movie.
Now, I don't know the army that shows up at the end with Gandalf. It might have been like Boromir's brother or something. I don't know though. Boromir's brother had a different role in Peter Jackson's movie. So I don't, you know. I didn't read the books as much as I watched the movies because the books were so long.
No,
I read.
It's easier for me to listen to them.
I read the books like when I was in grade school. You know, because I was reading at like such a high level, so I could read like The Lord of the Rings when I was in 3rd grade or whatever. But like, even though I really liked the stories, I preferred watching the animated movies that were made for The Lord of the Rings.
I don't even know what we're supposed to do with this.
That we can't do anything with that. That's a metal object that we don't have the ability to blow up stuff yet. That comes later.
Oh, there's some... I guess we can let that.
Could be. No, I guess they want us to go up on the wall. It's cool that they show, like, if you want to, you can kill the orcs, or the archers that are all here are, like, basically killing the orcs. I love that little attention to detail that Traverse Tale did with this. They did a great job of basically completely recapturing this epic moment from the movie, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just concentrating on trying to kill these people. What? Who's what?
I'm trying to look at something, Amber. There's a little circle there.
Oh, okay. I thought someone was contacting me.
No, I don't have my phone.
Oh, sorry.
Race the gate! Hold them! How long do you need? As long as you can give me. Give me! Timbers!
It's a long way.
They have to touch me. Don't tell the elf.
Not a word.
Oh, Aragorn. Let's roll some.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oops.
Airborne, are you okay?
I fell.
This shows how strong of a fighter Gimli is, though.
Oh, of course. Dwarves were very powerful. You're building the thing. And Legolas comes up here.
I was kind of interested in it because I was looking at a lot of Celtic tales about dwarves and elves. And, like, a lot of the ancient tales about dwarves and elves, dwarves are a type of elf. They're like, they're both superhuman. Elves and dwarves are both. Just dwarves are the small version that lives under the ground.
So they're trying to pull down the gates. Oh no, they're not. They're just bringing them up. If you think about how smart like these invaders were, they're really impressive. Like the enemy was incredibly smart, smarter than most dwarves. That's why the Uruk-hai was so dangerous. I must have. I think you just keep fighting those guys down there.
There's no one to even fight though. Like, you just drop out, just like nobody here. Just standing. I'm gonna drop out.
That's fine.
Well, I guess I do need to leave now.
I can kind of explore and watch the elves attack. What's sad is the general who shows up though, they end up, like the elven general dies. Comes to it.
Yeah, Sharon said, can elves die? They can die in battle. They can't die of like old age and sickness like humans. They can only die if they're like stabbed through the heart or in battle.
They can die in battle.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You climb up.
Oh my gosh, that looks so cute.
Little Gimli climbing up the ladder.
How do I do this?
Then you're just gonna shimmy across. It looks like there's something you can grab onto.
I don't see it at all. I'm gonna drop out because I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Maybe you can like just drop to my character or something. Maybe Aragorn can do it. I think that's just the. I think that's the shadow of the rope.
Really?
The rope is over there.
Oh.
I don't think there is a rope over there. Yeah, this is a shadow of it. Somehow you got up here.
They've broken through! The castle is breached! Retreat! Retreat! Hurry! Inside! Get them inside! Into the keep!
The piano.
The fortress is taken.
It is over. What can men do against such reckless hate?
What can men do it?
Ride out with me. For Rohan.
Yes. Let this be the hour when we draw swords together.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
Fell deeds awake.
Now for wrath. Now for ruin. And the Red Dawn. For
Such a cool scene!
Wow.
I know. Right out to meet them.
I remember playing this first playthrough this 12 years ago. It was like, you know.
Well, because it was amazing. It's like, how are they going to capture the epicness of the movie, but they nail it. Yeah.
Does the same thing apply to dwarves and Sharon? I don't know if dwarves can do it or not. It's a good question. I know dwarves eat a lot.
This is on rails. I can't control this.
I think dwarves eat more than hobbits do. Was it the first book when they ate everything in Bilbo's house?
Yeah. Now Gandalf shows up with the Riders of Rohan.
Theoden King stands alone. Not alone. Go hit him!
Now there's actually not that many of them, but what Gandalf does is he uses his staff with the rising of the sun. So the Uruk-hai are wiped out because it looks like there's a massive army coming at them.
Yeah, it blinds them. They can't.
They can't.
It looks like there's so many.
It looks like there's more than there are, but cavalry against thousands of like foot soldiers would still win because, you know, mounted warriors are stronger than
They probably also lost hope too. Like they got, like them running also gave them the advantage. The fact that orcs ran away.
But it's such a pivotal moment in the movie too, like the rising. They held out all night, and then the sun rose, and the army comes like running down the hill. It's so good.
The lines from Theoden give me chills to scare it. The dwarves are small but have a big appetite. Yep, they are, Sharon. They have a very big appetite. They also, they have a very high sense of pride in their kingdom. Their kingdoms are under the mountain. They're king under the mountain. So their kingdoms are underground. But they have just as much pride in their kingdoms as the elves have in theirs.
So good. I love it. This just made me appreciate like how great that like trilogy is. I still think it's way too long, but it's such great storytelling. Like, Tolkien is one of my favorite authors. And now comes the Frodo section.
Was fittingly Angelic's Tanner, right there.
Yep.
A symbol of God granting deliverance. Yep, definitely Tanner. It is like that. Just in the nick of time, just when it's always darkest before the dawn. Right when you're about to lose hope is and many times God comes to rescue you.
Yep. That's what Tolkien believed. That's I mean, it just like your heart feels like it's in your throat because you're like, there's no way they can survive this. They're outnumbered. You know?
Yeah. It's a lot of it is like a lot of this book is very sad, but it's because it feels like real life, because many things in life are sad.
Alright, so that's the end of the Lord of the Rings for Aragon and company. Now we move over to the brother of Boromir. And the hobbits have to escape. So basically he's bringing them to Gondor, like, because he wants to use the power of the ring. But then of course he has a life-changing thing that makes him, you know, or Frodo escapes and things like that.
I can't remember that.
I don't remember. Like, I know he takes him to Gondor, and then the movie ends with Sam and company leaving.
Oh, Wizard is never late, nor is he early, says Tanner. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Indeed. Who's that? Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely Sharon. The dwarves, because I've been really interested in Celtic mythology, so I listen to videos on it sometimes. And dwarves are superhuman, just like elves are.
Lights fires with a charming fireworks display. If you forge me one, I'll reveal to you the secret of invincibility.
In fact, like I can't, and I might be wrong about this, but like I said, like some old tales actually consider dwarves a category of elves.
Yeah, one sec.
Which is interesting.
I've heard of a wonderful object called the mithril tinderbox, which lights fires with a charming fireworks display. If you forge me one, I'll reveal to you the secret of invincibility.
Oh, okay, so he's talking about some type of quest. But the quest has now been marked on our map, so we can do this. We are going to be doing post-game content, like, once we finish the story, because I would like to do free play. I would like to do some of the side quests that we never did. Only Gollum can climb these? Oh, we can't play as Gollum right now. Who's this? I don't know who this guy is.
Alright, I'll look that up. Can dwarves die of old age or sickness?
In Tolkien?
In Tolkien or in foreign mythology, because he based a lot of this on, which is really interesting, he based a lot of this on real Celtic and Norse mythology. But yeah, we can ask about either both in Tolkien. He changed something.
Oops!
Faramir, folks have taken the eastern shore. Their numbers are too great. By nightfall, we'll be overrun.
Mr. Fordo, it's calling to him, Sam. His eye is almost on me.
A weapon that will change our fortunes in this war.
You want to know what happened to Boromir? The rake drove your brother mad!
Mr. Fordo. They're here.
Stay here. Keep up sight.
Nazgul Attack! I think they're in Gondor.
Interesting. I'm looking at a huge thing about if dwarves and elves are immortal. It says in some tales, particularly those in Ireland, elves live in an alternate dimension in which time moves differently. That's interesting. It is clear that in 100 years in human time is 1 year in elven home. Wow.
Is this supposed to be Gondor? Or is this another place? This city does not look like it's in very good shape. We have to wait for the hobbits to do something. Yeah, I can't move forward. Alright. This might be Gondor.
I'm sorry, I wasn't interested in that.
Oh, this is a fortress that's supposed to protect the city of Gondor? Okay. That makes sense. Thank you, Garrett. Sam, we need your white rope.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just talking to Sam. Oh, you can play as Gollum now. Chop, chop, chop.
Yeah.
It's a ranger.
Well, it doesn't say a lot about dwarves there, so I don't know. So Arwen is the granddaughter of Galadriel, then.
Really? I didn't
That's
know
what
that.
it's saying on the website I'm on.
Oh, wow.
She's a granddaughter, so that means... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. What?
Why wouldn't it?
Then Galadriel is related to the king somehow? Like she's his aunt? Or... Like what? I'm just like, I don't have to like...
When you mean the king, you mean
I meant
Eric?
the elf king.
Oh, the king of Rivendell?
What? Yeah,
oh.
that...
What's supposed to do with Boromir's brother? Oh.
Yep. Arwen is the granddaughter of Galadriel. Actually, she's not a full... What?
Not a full what?
Arwen is a descendant of King Turgon of the Noldor through her great-grandmother Ildril. It says, like other half-elves, Arwen has the choice to be immortal among the elves or immortal among men. So, she's not a full... Arwen is not a full elf?
She's a half-elf?
I don't know.
Huh. I didn't even know half-elves played a role in Tolkien's books.
King Elrond married Galadriel's daughter. So Galadriel is his mother-in-law.
Oh, wow.
King Elrond, Galadriel is his mother-in-law. Is the mother of his wife.
Interesting.
Wow. He better not mess around. That's his mother-in-law. She's one of the most powerful people in the world. One of the most powerful elves in the world is his mother-in-law. Oh my gosh. He better be on his toes. My goodness.
How do we... Gollum could climb if he wasn't tied up. Well, how do we untie him? How do we cut Gollum free? Whoa. I can't go that way.
I guess we all know now, Mr. Luke, that half-elves are a thing in Mr. Tolkien's books.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we just had a story with half-elves in it earlier this year with, Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah.
But that was a very dark version of half-elves.
Feed him fish? Yeah, I didn't know. I guess I'm just now learning that half-elves were in Lord of the Rings. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Feed him fish? How? Sam, do you have fish?
Yeah, all I can see is it says the dwarves live a very long time.
Oh, I know what to do. I'm dumb.
Dwarves live for around 250 years, it says on this random website.
Yeah, dwarves don't live as long as elves.
After, in The Hobbit, Thorin says he's going to the Halls of Waiting to sit with his fathers until the world is renewed. This may suggest that the dwarves believe in an afterlife similar to elves, but it doesn't match what Tolkien wrote in the Silmarillion. I don't know.
Yeah, the Silmarillion was at the end of Tolkien's life.
Dwarves live very impressive ages, not possessing elfish immortality though. But of course this is, and something that, like the person that I was reading originally was talking about how the difference between, because Tolkien took stories from all different cultures about dwarves and elves, and combined them, and then and then fit it into his story. So that means that in some versions of, you know, different Celtic and Norse and Germanic and other tales, like, I don't know, probably, who else, I don't know, what other cultures talk about dwarves and elves, probably all kinds of ones. But in some stories from some parts of the world, elves have very long lifespans, and some parts of the world they are immortal. So there's different versions of elves, depending on who you ask. So that's what that person is saying.
Right.
But Tolkien made them immortal because, you know, sometimes they are immortal, so that makes sense. And it was also saying that, that's why their cities look so beautiful, because they literally live forever. So they have endless creativity, endless beauty, endless intelligence, and, you know, wisdom. So they can create the most beautiful cities on the earth. Basically, it's like heaven or something. You want me to come in, honey? I'm sorry.
Oh no, this is confusing. Like I got this.
Oh, now you're a little too.
Well, he couldn't climb before because his hands were tied. So now, but Gollum and company need to escape this stuff in order to go back on their journey to Mordor. So they actually leave these humans behind. That's the plan. But it's this is not Gondor. This is a city that is supposed to, its whole job is to protect against invasion.
Do you want me to be this guy?
Yeah, but you need to find where the hobbits are attacked and save the hobbits. So you'll have to keep exploring until you find a way to basically get up, and you have to use your arrows.
Boromir?
Yeah, you're Boromir's brother. Yep.
I'm sorry that his brother died.
I mean, his brother died because he, you know, was driven mad by the ring. And the party was separated. If the party was together when the Uruk-hai hunting team happened, like, Boromir and all those people would have lived fine. But they were all separated, so... The best way to crush a group of people, especially if there's a party, is to separate the party. It's easier to kill them.
Divide and conquer.
Exactly. Because with just the three, the elf, the dwarf, and the ranger, even after Boromir was lost, they were able to fend off, like, the remaining orcs. You know, and the remaining orcs captured the halflings and they fled. So technically it was a loss, but you have to kill both. There you go.
I gotcha.
Thank you. Now
You're
we can
welcome.
move forward now.
I don't really know what to do now.
You have to wait until it's your turn again.
Oh, I can see you moving over there.
Yep, it's really well done. But yeah, you have to wait.
Oh, I have to get this gate open, Luke.
Now we'll get the gate open for you, or rather, probably a boulder will come. Remember, there's catapults. Catapults shoot giant rocks. The giant rocks destroy walls and all kinds of stuff. That's what catapults are. Sam needs to do something here. Hello, Sam. I planted flowers because I'm a gardener. Ah.
I just saw you hop past me.
Yes, you did. Now I'm gonna light something that'll probably create a way for you to move forward. I think.
It is amazing that dwarves are actually superhuman with superhuman lifespan.
Nazgul!
And strength, but they're like tiny, but they're mighty. Tiny but fierce.
We can't move on because there's a Nazgul.
Out of the three people that are always fighting together, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas, Aragorn is the only human being. Like, Gimli and Legolas are superhuman.
Fire your arrow!
Aragorn is just a human being.
Get the Nazgul.
Oops. Come on, Faramir. Oh wow, I did a nice shot there.
Knocked him right in the water.
I'm surprised I did such an accurate shot. I must be such a great bowman.
You are. You're a ranger.
Oh, I am so cool. Look at
Yep.
me.
You're a ranger of Gondor.
I am highly skilled.
Yep.
I just have to say, my skills are impeccable.
Yep.
It won't let me through either. Oh.
You have to wait until the hobbits lead the way. It goes in sequence. So.
Oh man. I'll imagine what it would be like to just practice your fighting skills your whole life in hand-to-hand combat. My gosh, your arms would get sore after a while. Oh my gosh.
Probably.
Like hours a day just fighting all the time. But you couldn't stop because the other army is practicing too. They're getting stronger every second. You have to keep getting stronger.
Yep.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here.
You have to wait for me. I'm still moving around. Another Nazgul! It's your turn, Ember.
Oh, sorry. It's... I don't know why it's not letting me through. Well, maybe I can get up here. Oh my gosh! Look, they're attacking me.
I know. And then fire your arrow when you get a chance after the orcs are defeated. Or the orcs might continually come, so you'll just have to attack in the
I
name.
don't know where my arrow is. I don't even have my arrow equipped.
You have to hit hit circle.
I don't even know where my arrow is. I'm getting
Go to your bow and
stressed
arrow.
out. I'm stressed out. Okay.
You have to select your weapon.
Come on, Faramir! Let the arrow fly true! I don't know. I'm trying to say something cool, but it didn't turn out well.
Yeah.
I wish I had a choir to sing behind me every time I was up in the morning, doing daily tasks.
Daily tasks.
Washing the dishes. People singing behind me.
Oh god.
That's what it feels like when I have to do chores. It feels like torture.
Oh. I mean, I listen to Castlevania music when I do the dishes sometimes.
That's I don't know where to go next.
You have to wait for the hobbits. It goes in turns. Now another Nazgul shows up. I can't move forward, so it's up to...
Come on, Faramir. Let's go.
up to you somehow. Oh, wait, what?
Frodo, resist him!
Get him!
I hit him in the tail.
Not good enough.
Release them.
I think at last we understand one another, Frodo Baggins.
I told Gandalf I would keep you safe, and safe is where I'll keep you. Son, a wizard should know better.
Ooh, the tree battle.
Come, my friends. The Ents are going to war.
Yeah, the Ents saw that he destroyed their trees. So the Ents are ticked.
They're upset.
Oh, yeah.
They're visibly upset.
Visibly, yeah.
You can see it in their face. Whoops. Sorry. I'm Am I an Ent?
Yeah, you're an Ent too. Right. Ents are going to war.
Oh my gosh, this is one of the most fun parts of the game. Alright, let's do it. We're gonna teach that jerk Saruman a lesson. Your instructor is Casey Jones. The class is Pain 101.
I think we pick up the boulder and like.
I threw it at one of those structures. Those are the structures that are hurting the trees. Good job. We're gonna get these jerky orcs. I'm gonna step on them.
Stepping on them is pretty satisfying.
My God.
The Ents are going to war. I just love that line.
Wow, look at these guys go flying.
Yup.
I'm stepping on them and they're like little ants. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's not even a battle here. Like, they should just run away from me. Like, why are they even coming?
Well, there are some Ents that were killed because they would burn them and stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
The Ents still defeated the orcs. Like, the reason why the big Uruk-hai army is not around in Return of the King is because what happened in Helms Deep, and then the ones to finish everybody off was the Ents. The Ents just ticked about what happened to their forest.
Well, they're in charge of guarding the forest.
Yep. So, when you look at the Fellowship of the Ring, like, the forest where Saruman is, it's beautiful. And then, by the two towers, it's become, like, a horrible region of, like, darkness and evil because, like, all the trees are gone and the ground has been opened up and there's lava. It's a stark contrast to how the White Wizard is supposed to be.
Yeah, and actually, I believe in the books, it talks about how when Saruman was good, he loved taking care of the trees and the plants, and that he loved walking in the forest.
And then when he became evil.
So it was a symbol of him completing.
Yeah.
So it showed he was good at one point. He literally was good. It wasn't that he was always evil. He was good, and he became evil.
And when he kept looking into that thing from Sauron, like he became evil or something like that.
Yeah, because and that's really like right, and that's like really why like people say like you shouldn't be obsessed with like some people like they keep looking up things like the news or like bad stuff all the time. But the more you look at that, the more you should focus on what's good because sometimes that'll stress you out so much. You might become like what you're looking at. But it's worse if you're looking into like watching the news isn't as bad as looking at a demon work on your phone. But it's pretty bad.
Oh, we can break stuff. We don't just have to throw. You can like literally punch things. Makes things a lot easier. Yeah. You can throw stuff for dramatic effect, but knocking things down with your fist.
Yeah.
I don't know what the boulders are supposed to be used for.
Oh,
right,
throw it at
the
the
tower. The tower where he is. Ooh, I've got something big and shiny. Well, that's one way to get your point across. Can I throw what I have?
I think so.
That didn't work. Can you not hit that tower anymore, or no?
It's not letting me, but I can hit that.
I guess you have to hit all the other stuff.
Oh, we can go across now, Luke.
Yeah, we can go across. Yeah, the Ents are responsible for killing the White Wizard, I believe. The wizard. Saruman. Ganondorf doesn't get revenge on him.
Yeah.
It's Merry and Pippin, technically, who are responsible for the Ents, like, destroying the tower. And then that's why the Eye has to summon all the evil in the world to, you know, for the Return of the King, and because all these super orcs were defeated, were gone.
Oh, right.
It's
yeah.
just, if you look at the Return of the King movie, it's just army of regular orcs and humans and other creatures. They don't have the Uruk-hai there anymore.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, these guys are only at the end of the Fellowship, and they're at the end of the Two Towers. They get wiped out. Boom! Everything's on fire! And yeah, that would stop us because we're trees, so fire is our greatest weakness.
Yeah, definitely. If we got fire on us, we would be in trouble.
Stupid orcs.
Yeah, I think that the reason why Saruman was corrupted is I think he wanted to know about like spiritual power that was good and bad. He wanted to know about both sides.
Didn't they show in the Hobbit trilogy that Peter? Wait, was it a trilogy or was it just 2 movies? I don't remember the Peter Jackson Hobbit things. I thought they showed that Saruman got the orb or something from somewhere.
Oh,
and was
like
using it to spy on.
Oh yeah, so it was like a portal. But that's why that's why they showed Gandalf didn't even touch it. He didn't touch stuff like that, and it showed it in the book because he said you don't know who else, or he may have said in the movie, but I'm sure in the book too. You don't know who else to be watching, and that's why I think it's like a symbol of like how, you know, like all those things that people, you know, say give people spiritual power, but it goes both ways. It's dangerous if you don't use that. If you're not.
I love how you can destroy everything.
In fact, it's dangerous at all when you're using it just as a human being.
Yeah, they used all that wood in order to invade Helms Deep, so they destroyed the
they
forest.
Killed the trees.
Yeah.
Who, I think, the trees in this, they were more like
Ents and other
they
things.
were Ents, but they think they felt like the trees were like very much like alive. And the trees are alive though. Like trees are alive in real life. Just because they're not speaking, trees are alive. And they also bring nutrients to the ground, and they provide like oxygen in the air, and they provide shelter for animals. You're destroying really nature when you destroy the forest. You're destroying nature. It's terrible. I remember learning about that in school when they talked about how forests are taken down. Like, why is it that? Why do people have to replant trees? As a little kid, I remember learning that in school, and they said think about all the owls that live in the trees. They don't have a home, you know, after the tree is chopped down. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. It's like the tree is like a home to all the animals. It's their home.
I like destroying all these guys. That's kind of fun. Oh, we can't break that. I want to break more stuff. Yeah! Oh, release the river!
I feel like the Ents can feel the trees' feelings. Like, maybe I'm wrong about that. Like, maybe I'm gonna look it up, but I feel like they have like a connection with the trees. Alright. Release the river. Stop being weird, Amber. I'm gonna have to look this up if the Ents can feel what the trees are feeling. I think they can.
I'm gonna go back and deal with the tower while you release the river.
I don't even know how to.
You just keep throwing boulders at stuff.
I don't know how to do it.
You're doing fine.
Throw a boulder right next to it.
Whatever highlights.
Yeah. Oh, there's something. I don't think the water's gonna do this. Oh, something is there.
Maybe I have to help. I'm on my way. I got whatever was at the tower anyway. I thought that was going to make the tower fall. But yeah, the reason why the Ents win this is because they released the dam that, and then everybody gets washed away.
Whoops,
like
I messed that
all the
up.
bad guys get washed away.
Messed that up.
Yeah, satisfying.
So this, they want me to do something.
They want you to do something with the giant rock. Yeah.
Throw a rock at it. It was a big rock.
I mean, these things throwing a rock at something? Yeah, that would be nasty.
I wish I could see an Ent in real life. It'd be awesome, but I'm sure they didn't exist. Kind of wish they did. Like Ents.
Oh, I'm going up
I
here.
feel like the trees need a guardian. We need someone to help them.
Oh, about to wreck it. Maybe.
Oh, Luke, how did you do that?
I just walked up here. I need a boulder to...
I'm bringing one up here.
There's all these dudes up here that I can't quite get. I'm trying. Just throw it ever.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
You did something great. Now I can get up here.
I'm gonna go get another boulder.
There's no need.
I'm gonna step on some orcs. I'm just stepping on them. I mean, they're pure evil, so I mean, that's just... It's not like they're gonna change their mind and become good.
I think we both need to do this.
Alright, well, what do you want me to do?
Come back up here, and then on either side, pull on the, pull on the dam.
It's like a little ladder.
Yep. It's a little ladder. It helps you get up there.
Look at how slow I'm walking.
I mean, you're a giant tree, so... Ready?
Oh, wow, Luke. Oh, man, we must be so strong. Oh, wow.
Why didn't it do it for me? Alright, whatever.
Come on, Treebeard. You're getting up in years. Ha ha ha. You're a Treebeard. I'm something else.
And the water floods all the orcs away.
Oh wow, the Ents can stand against the water.
I think you had to wait until the extended edition to see how Saruman died.
Welcome, my lords, to Isengard.
Young master, there is a wizard to manage here.
And there Saruman must remain. Under your guard, Treebeard. Is no power anymore.
This my bark.
Peregrine took. I'll take that, my lad.
Gandalf won't even
Quick
touch
now.
it. Because it's evil.
We must travel to Edoras with all speed.
He took it, but I don't remember what he does with it.
I think he just puts it in a bag. I thought he puts it in a like a sack.
So it can't see out of it or something?
Yeah, because if you, I mean, it's a great illustration of the fact that if you try to, I mean, really, I mean, personally, well, that's my opinion, but it's kind of like, for me, it reminds me of like, it reminds me of how, you know, people try to use dark powers for others, or to try to see in the future, or to try to get their fortune, or whatever. You know, how it could hurt you back when you're doing that. You're using spiritual forces you don't understand, and you think that you're gaining power, but in reality, it's gaining power over you. That's what that orb is doing.
Yeah. The Ents are going to war.
Smeagol, we're not gonna wait for you. Come on.
Master looks after us. Kill him. Kill them both. Then we take the precious. And we'll be the master. Yes. No. It's too risky. It's too risky. We could let her do it. She could do it. And then we takes it once they're dead. Once they're dead.
Hey, Gollum!
Come on, Hobbits. Long ways to go yet. Smeagol will show you the way. Follow me.
And that is the end of the Two Towers. Hooray! So that leaves the Return of the King. Alright, so I want to do some exploring. Da-da-da! And Frodo continues on his journey. We're having some problems there.
What? Like, actually, though, there's lots of stories in ancient times where people used things like that. That was something that people used to, like, in ancient times, like, medieval times, that was something they would do, is get, like, an orb and shine it a lot, and then try to see the future in it. In, like, medieval times and stuff.
Oh yeah, the extended cut is really long. Like, does anybody remember how I thought that Saruman is killed in the extended cut of Lord of the Rings? Like in the Two Towers or the Return of the King? The Ents kill him or something. I don't remember. We're in Isengard. To Isengard. Could you drop out, sweetie? Because we don't want to continue with the hobbits. I'm going to stay in Isengard for a little bit, because I'm sure there's quests and other things we can do.
I like how this is like a castle fort. It's kind of neat.
It was a castle fort. This was Isengard. This was a home of the White Wizard.
I love seeing different types of forts and castles. Like, all different styles of them. I wish I could, like, just study castles and that would be my job.
Isengard.
That would be pretty cool.
This is at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Isengard.
I don't know, and I can't say even if I didn't know how many views we were at, because if I say it out loud, then YouTube will purge the views, and then we'll have to do it even longer, unfortunately.
We're under 1,000.
Because people at YouTube are, like, actively watching our channel, trying to, like, ruin us all the time. So, many times we've said, like, oh, we're at 950 views or something, and then suddenly we go down. So we can't even tell you guys what number of views we're at.
I'm gonna talk to the Zord.
Ding dong, craft me boots that make walking a song. Talk tick, Mithril music boots will do the trick. In return, I'll help you build really quick.
Okay. Quest unlocked for magic boots. Let's see. This continues the story. This doesn't show where the magic boots are. Oh, it does. Set destination. Oh! Interesting! You can change the destination. Oh, it's just for this magic boots guy. Darn. I thought that was actually going to lead us to where... It just shows you where the quest is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that... in the Snow White, that's what the witch was looking through too, was the mirror was much like that orb thing. She was looking to see, like...
My horse is still dead.
She was trying to see, like, she wanted to know, like, who was the, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The Ents are going to war. That's where it is. So then we'll follow this way. Oh, we didn't get to explore Helms Deep at all. Like, now we can.
oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yup. Oh. Can't really do much. Where's
That's a great life lesson that, like, doing the wrong thing can help you get ahead in life for a while, but eventually it'll be your downfall.
Mm-hmm.
With Saruman, like because Gandalf always did stuff the right way. He didn't touch that evil stuff. He didn't even touch it. And he was always second best. Saruman was always the more important wizard, but in the end, you know, Saruman had a very... he fell.
Yeah, somebody... I don't remember who kills him.
I don't know. It's interesting that Gandalf said, keep an eye on him, Treebeard, because he has no power now. So I don't know when he actually dies after that.
Well, yeah, because Gandalf told him not to kill him. Like, so I don't know how he died. Like,
Maybe he respected him because he was once his friend.
Maybe. I don't remember why he was. Oops. I messed up.
Who's Grima?
I know who Grima is.
Oh, wow. How was he killed? Oh my gosh. Well, I have two different versions of him dying. I don't understand it. One is the movie, one is the books. I don't know.
Okay, so how do you die in the books? The Ents?
Murdered by Grima Wormtongue.
Oh, wow.
Cut his throat.
Ooh.
Says his spirit dissolved into nothing when he died.
And that's how... So Wormtongue was responsible for killing him?
And then in the movie, they still had Wormtongue kill him, but he doesn't slit his throat. He stabs him in the back, pushes him off the tower, and he gets impaled on a spike.
Ooh,
in the movie.
Ouch.
So they make it more dramatic.
We suffered a vicious warg attack not long ago, and one of the beasts knocked me clean off my horse. While we were relatively unscathed, I was unable to find his decorative horseshoes anywhere.
So how do you find these horseshoes and stuff then? Okay, some people are dancing and doing some stuff. Okay. I'd like to read about how to do some of these side quests. It's very interesting. Helms Deep is still destroyed, obviously, because reasons.
Oh, apparently Saruman was Grimma's master.
Oh.
Saruman was his. He was following orders from Saruman to whisper in that guy's ears. It says he slew his abusive master in the book.
I thought the king tells him to do it. Like Theoden or something tells, because are you not a man of Rohan or something like that? And then he kills him. I think.
It says he shot. It says that Grimma slew his abusive master, I'm guessing Saruman.
Mm-hmm.
Then he is shot down by the hobbit's arrows, and this all happens in the Shire, in the book.
Interesting.
Well, that's a little bit different than the movie.
Yeah, so wait, Wormtongue dies in the Shire?
Wormtongue and Saruman die in the Shire in the book.
Oh.
And the hobbits kill Wormtongue.
Interesting.
I didn't even know the hobbits could have. I didn't even know there were hobbits that wield bows. I guess there were.
Must have. I mean, something must have been going on for them to wield bows. Maybe somebody was invading the Shire and they had to defend themselves.
Maybe they knew that the world was at war and they started, like, arming themselves.
I don't know. Kind of interesting that, like, those guys were killed by hobbits, bows and arrows and stuff. I don't know how they died in the movie, though.
Well, I don't know how Grimma died in the movie, but Saruman was impaled.
Yeah. Which we didn't see in theaters, though. You had to see in the extended edition.
Oh, maybe it was so violent they put in the extended.
No, I don't think it had to do with violence. I mean, the movies wasn't it a 3-hour movie in the theater?
Yeah.
And then it was like a 4.5-hour cut or longer in the extended editions. Would be my guess. What is happening here?
Oh wow, this looks a little bit. Oh my gosh. Go Legolas, you can do it.
Trying.
I feel like Tolkien is one of those writers that doesn't pull his punches.
Well, no. Why would he?
He doesn't edit it or make it pretty or anything. It's just like, well, this guy was evil and this is what happened to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of that had to do with when Tolkien was in the war, though. When he fought World War I, he saw the atrocities and things like that.
I was just looking at a short about the guy who played Saruman. Now I can't remember his name anymore.
Christopher Lee?
Christopher Lee. Because we've been playing this, a short came up in my feed about him, and he was being interviewed, saying that, like, when he got stabbed in the back, in the movie, that Peter Jackson asked him to scream a blood-curdling scream. And he said that he had been in the war for so long, and he knew what it looked like to see someone stabbed in the back with a bayonetta or whatever. And he said that they cannot scream because he said when you're stabbed in the back, your air gets sucked out from you and you can't scream. And he said that he didn't, like, he told Peter Jackson that he wouldn't physically be able to scream if he was being stabbed in the back. It'd be impossible. And Peter Jackson said, well, he said, you've been in the war. He's like, I think you know better than me. So then he had him do it his own way. It's just disturbing. It just shows that he saw I mean, he saw like a lot of violence in the war. I mean, that's so disturbing.
Oh, of course.
My gosh, I can't even think about it. I just can't even think about it.
I don't think they show him die in the Lego game. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't remember. Like in this one, they had him Treebeard, and those guys are watching him.
That's interesting that the director actually listened to him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because most directors would be like, well, I don't care. Like, I want you to scream. But he was like, well, he's like, you saw the real thing, so I guess I'm going to refer to you then.
I think that's the best this is going to get, because we got to get ready for...
It's interesting that both Tolkien and well, I guess a lot of these people, but especially Tolkien and
Didn't C.S. Lewis, wasn't he also in the war as well?
Probably.
Like World War I or II or something. Because
I don't know.
the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings movies, or sorry, the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings books were written before.
That's where the war was during the time where one of the wars was where C.S. Lewis started doing a radio show. And his radio show was to comfort people.
Probably World War II then.
So he was on the radio at one point, C.S. Lewis was, to try to be comforting voice of hope to people during one of the world wars.
Okay. Alright, guys and gals. That was the end of the Two Towers. All that's left now is the Return of the King. So this is the nasty Sauron, his tower. The eye, there it is. I love how the title screen changes. So before, like, it showed like the hobbits was the Shire, and then when you defeat the Two Towers, then you have just that there. I mean, Traveler's Tales, they just went all out on this game. But anyway, you guys will be redirected over to Mario. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the super chats. Because this is a heavily copyrighted game based on a movie. Without your super chats, it would not be possible to earn any revenue on this. And of course, the potential of the video being blocked worldwide, all that other stuff. But we're having a blast with this. We hope you guys are too. Thank you to Marcellus, Uncle Howdy, Miss Deanna, for the super chats. You guys are breathtaking, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Return of the King starts tomorrow, and then, like I said, we are going to be doing free play, but we will be doing free play without the music. There will be no music in free play, so you don't have to worry about super chats and all that other stuff.
Oh, okay, so we'll just wander around in free play.
No, we're gonna do free play, but without the music, because people heard the music.
Okay.
We did the same thing when we did some of the Lego stuff. Like when we did like the Lego Batman games, we did the story with the music. We got the super chats, and then we did free play and free roam without the music.
We get to ride a lot of sheep in free play.
There'll be sheep riding, horse riding.
We're not done with the story yet, though, right?
We just finished the Two Towers.
Oh, but we have to do the Return of the King.
We have to do Return of the King. Return of the King is longer than the Two Towers, so it'll be 3 streams of Return of the King probably, or at the very least 2. There's technically only 1 real stream of the Two Towers, which was the whole Helms Deep stuff. So anyway, guys, head on over to Mario. That'll be starting up momentarily. I'm just gonna grab a quick bowl of cereal because I kind of need to eat something. Yesterday I didn't eat until like around 11. I got really sick, so I need to make sure I eat it a little bit beforehand. Mario will consist of side quests and also tackling the that one level. So episode 31 of Mario is next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and Lord of the Rings will continue at this time tomorrow. Okay? Alright, so see you guys on Mario.